Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Ksubos page 93, which discusses when it comes to a business dealing, when you're a partner, what is the law when it comes to the profits? Specifically, in a case where the two partners do not put in the same initial investment. We can certainly understand in a situation where both parties put in 50-50 in the investment, that the benefits and also the losses would be split evenly. The question is, what happens if, let's say, one person puts in 200, one person puts in 100? So if we're talking about, as the Talmud discusses, an ox, so if, let's say, the reason why they initially purchased this ox is because they wanted to eventually fatten it up and then slaughter it, then there's no question that since that was the initial intention, and now that afterwards it's being slaughtered, which is exactly what they were planning, so in fact it should go according to the proportion of how much you put into that investment. So if you put in, again, 200 and the other person put in 100, so then you should benefit 2/3 and the other 1/3. Now, the Talmud discusses, what if, let's say, you purchased an animal for the sake of plowing, and also at one point you decide, we're going to slaughter it. So in that, it's actually questionable whether or not we're going to say that it should be split evenly. On one hand, you should say, maybe it should not be split evenly, 50-50, because again, one person put in more money, and therefore, now that it's being divided up according to the weight of the limbs and how much the meat is worth. However, there's another opinion that says, actually, since it was initially for the sake of plowing, and then it was changed for this purpose, the law actually is that it's divided 50-50. And on this, again, there's this dispute. However, interestingly enough, in the event where it was purchased for plowing and you actually plow with it, it is split 50-50 all of the profits, even though one person put more money into it. And the reason, as is explained, is because the only way this person, even though he put more money into it, he was able to buy this ox, is with the help of this other person. So therefore, according to this, it's possible that he should they should split it evenly. So this is obviously extremely complex, but nonetheless, it does give us a little bit of insight that when it comes to partnerships, the Talmud is very, very clear that we have to be aware of how much money was put into an investment, and therefore for us to be aware of what the profits are going to be at the back end. And of course, this is something which a person who is involved in any form of investment has to recognize, that if they decide to take upon a partner, that they may not necessarily be splitting everything evenly, and therefore they have to be very careful to understand all of the intricate details to make sure that they know what they're getting themselves into when it comes to having a partner.